Paul George has been suspended 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug policy. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, 100 Points. I was headed to the gym, and then all of a sudden, the Shams notification pops up, and I did not expect Paul George's name to be on this Shams post. Devastating news for every 76ers fan out there. Paul George is a key part of the Sixers team, and to get a suspension for the quarter of a season is just devastating. The Sixers right now are 5-5 in their last 10 games. They're 26-21 on the season, and they need every player possible to be available. And Paul George violating the drug policy is suspended. I just can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Let's go ahead and just click on one of these stories. It says that Paul George responded to the suspension, and I read it up on the news. Let's read this quote. He said, "Over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health, and in the course of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own, I made the mistake of taking an improper medication." George said in a statement, "I take full responsibility for my actions and apologize to the Sixers organization, my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision-making during this process." So what I'm going to say about Paul George right now, and I love Paul George, big fan of his, what a dumbass decision you committed right then to fail this drug test, and now you're suspended for pretty much the rest of the regular season, putting the 76ers in jeopardy. The 76ers are sitting in the 6th seed right now, and it's pretty tight in the Eastern Conference. Joel Embiid has been playing great basketball. Tyrese Maxey has been playing great basketball. They struck on a pick with VJ Edgecombe. And Paul George is coming off of one of his best games as a 76er where he dropped 32 points and shot 9 threes. But the fact that you made such a fatal mistake in this part of the season just erases everything you've done. I can't even think of a positive to come out this situation other than the 76ers stay afloat and Paul George can come back 100% healthy. But this is not what they needed at the moment. I think that 76ers team was really clicking, and this is a major loss for this team. Paul George over his last 10 games giving you pretty solid numbers, 16 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. Paul George is the solid third option for this Sixers team, a great veteran in the locker room to have, and he still has value on the defensive side of the basketball. And this is just a major disappointment. I mean, as players, you have to understand you have to be smarter than that. There's no way you're taking drugs that you don't know if it's going to pass the screening for the drug test, PG. There's no fucking way you sat there and took that drug without really thinking what it could do to your career or your season. Now, I hate to remind Philly fans of what Paul George is on the books for, but he's getting paid $51 million this season, almost $52 million. He gets $54 million next season as a 36-year-old player. And in 37, he has a player option, which he's going to gladly take for $56 million on the books. Now you're missing him for the quarter of the season. And this just looks like one of the worst, if not the worst contract in the NBA at this moment. Missing pretty much the rest of the regular season. And then on top of that, hopefully Philadelphia makes the playoffs now. This is a big hit to their team. You know, if they make the playoffs, good. He gets to come back and play. But he'll be 36 next season, making $54 million. And he's averaging 16 points this season. And I would imagine that his production goes down in his next season in the NBA while he's getting $54 million on the books. So I'm sorry to remind 76ers fans of the crazy contract that he has. But being suspended 25 games is just something that blows my mind with, you know, the criticism that he's already getting about this crazy contract that he has. And now you make this mistake and you put your team at risk of not making the playoffs, to play in, etc., because you're not available. So I really do think that this was very, very irresponsible from Paul George, not professional for a player of his stature. And I am disappointed as a fan because this is just a critical part of the 76ers season. I just think this was a terrible time for Paul George to get in the situation that he's in right now, especially with Joel Embiid playing MVP-like basketball. Joel Embiid averaging 29 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 4.7 assists in his last 10 games. He is looking like he's in MVP form right now. Tyrese Maxey, of course, has been looking like he's been in MVP form this whole season. And they have a great young player, VJ Edgecombe. The role players have been playing well for this Sixers team. Jared McCain is coming off of one of his better games in the season. Adele Boner's been playing well. Quentin Grimes has been playing well. Kelly Oubre coming back from his injury, getting back in rotation. So this Philadelphia team needs all the bodies it can get. And for Paul George to go out there and make a dumbass mistake like failing the NBA's anti-drug policy is just crazy to me. Very irresponsible, especially from a player of his stature, a former star player, superstar player in this league. I just expect better from Paul George. So I hope he uses this time to correct his mistakes. I would love to hear what you Philly fans think about this situation. Please leave any comments under this video. I definitely am interested to hear everyone's opinions. And I appreciate everyone for watching this video. It's your boy 100 Points, and I'm out. Peace.